Hey everybody, Dimitri here with Surg Supply, and I'm standing in front of our new and improved Transit Ceiling Kit. Let's dig right in. Hey guys, thanks again for tuning in. This is Dimitri with Surg Supply. This is not part of our full build series. If you're interested in following that along, click the link below in the description. But this video specifically catered to transit owners. This is a partially completed build. It's a Transit Trail 148 high roof, and we have a ceiling kit installed. Now, you'll notice I said new and improved. We've had transit ceiling kits forever, but this is a little bit different. We've listened to you guys, we've changed some things, and we've re-engineered how this thing installs to make it easier for the next person, and ultimately just way stronger, way better, gives you a lot more headroom. Let me tell you about the details. Now, before I tell you about all the new things, let me tell you why we decided to change it. We could have left this kit alone for all of posterity, but we decided that we're going to actually listen to our customers. And the number one complaint was the wood and furring strips we used to use weren't ideal. Spurners seem to be the magical special build where you got all the factory rib nut holes, and as much as that's good and well, we want transit owners to have the same luxury. So we did away with the wooden furring strips, and we have engineered these aluminum furring strips. I'll get some closer shots on this in the hardware, but what this lets us do is utilize 4 factory holes that are on every single beam to hold this in place, and then the remaining holes serve as pilot holes. Now, the drill bit included with the kit is the exact diameter of this hole, and it's the exact diameter of the rivet nuts and the plus nuts that go into the holes. So what happens is, instead of relying on 4 rivet nuts and 9 wood screws, we've now got 4 rivet nuts and 5 plus nuts. So with every single plus nut we add, it's sandwiching this aluminum bar to the metal frame of the vehicle, making it even stronger and bolstering the entire assembly. All right, so I'm going to do my best here to get these nice and close up for you guys, but let me explain the hardware. So wood screws, there's not much to explain there. They're wood screws that are not really removable. These guys right here, these machine screws, are a heck of a lot better. Now, if you're wondering, what's a plus nut, what's a rivet nut, let me show you the difference. This right here is a rivet nut. All it does is crush and expand, and it's really good for really thin wall metals. Really bad for double stacked layers or thicker metals. This right here is a plus nut, and this guy basically does the same thing, but it crushes a little bit higher up, and then it's got these 4 arms that fold down so you can do bigger holes, more coverage, and they are both the same thread pitch. Now, let's pull the camera up here. Let me show you how this works. So we've got this hole here. This is that factory hole that's gonna align with all your holes up top. And so for the plus nut ones, bam, it pops right in. These, sorry for the shaky shot here. These wings right here will flange out, and they will crush your ceiling to this aluminum furring strip. And then for your rivet nuts, I mean, there's really nothing crazy there. They're just gonna mushroom out into either the metal of the vehicle or the metal of the aluminum. Now, backing up here. It's a little bit complicated to explain on video. We're gonna have an installation video later that's gonna make this all much more simple when you're going through. But the general idea is you have these machine screws, they thread into your plus nuts and your rivet nuts. That allows you to be able to take down 1 row at a time, just like with the Sprinter kits. We took it 1 step further. Let's pan this way. This guy right here, currently unreleased Murphy bed system, but the important part is it's got a standard overhead cabinet, just like with any of our other overhead cabinets. And the best part about it all is that we're using the factory holes on our ceiling beams. Here, let's see if we can get that. Using the factory holes on our ceiling beams and going straight through the ceiling and using the same rivet nuts. So it makes for a very modular and very easy to attach mounting system. All right, so let's talk about the front of the ceiling. This is something we get questions on a lot, because the Transit, unlike any other van, has some weird geometry to it. It curves both in and it curves down, which makes it really tricky to mount these panels. Our ceiling kit actually curves down to meet it, but to do this, we have a spacer panel that goes underneath this beam. It's a 1/2-inch panel, and it kind of relieves the curve, so it's not so intense up here. It's going to be more of a gradual curve. Now, this does open up slight, I don't want to call them gaps because they're not, but the actual height of the ceiling panels become very mildly misaligned because of this curve. There's a fix for it. If you have the budget, would highly recommend getting the Go Code Threshold Trim Kit. I'll explain what that does and how it works. So it's not in this van currently, but we have these foam blobs here. As beautiful as they are, most of the time we either throw them away and burn them, or we upholster them and then burn them. So what the Go Code does is it cuts off this front threshold right here in an even plane, covers all of this junk up, and it, more importantly, the ceiling ends up being nice and straight, which gives you two things. Number one, it looks beautiful. And number two, you're able to mount overhead cabinets here where you used to not be able to, because the curvature kind of offsets things and makes them look funky. So if you have the budget and you're interested, I'll leave a link below for the Go Code kit in the description. And you know, if it's worth your time to be able to mount something up here, trim it up nice and pretty, I would definitely give it a look. There it is, folks, our transit ceiling kit. It's already updated on the website. It's ready to go in the new format. And again, there's two major options here. There's just the standard with the foam blobs, and then there's the Go Code, again, which I highly recommend if you have the budget, but it's not realistic for a lot of people and may not fit your needs. But in any case, the days of Sprinter people pointing at Ford people and blowing raspberries are over. We're all on the same plane now. We've got an added inch of height on the ceiling kit and the same modularity for all of our cabinets to be pulled in and out without making extra holes. It's a good deal. So I want to thank all of you guys who've given us feedback and the motivation to improve this kit. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. If you have questions on the kit specifically, you can click on the link in the description to get there, or just drop us a line. In any case, I appreciate you guys watching this video and sticking around. And as always, happy building.